At LabLab, we have just tested the Xiaomi X20 Plus, and in this video, we are going to tell you what we honestly think about it. For your information, if you are interested in this product, please note that we have put a link with its best price just below this video. This robot features a round design made of white plastic with a glossy finish on top that is somewhat sensitive to fingerprints. Surmounted by the traditional LiDAR tower, it measures 9.7 centimeters high and 35 centimeters in diameter. Overall, it manages to squeeze into tight spaces, but we found that it did not follow baseboards very well and was unable to capture all the dirt in corners. Beneath its structure, we find a classic configuration with two main wheels, a caster wheel, a central plastic roller brush with nylon bristles, a single side brush, and two removable microfiber pads. To handle obstacles, it also has a front bumper. Generally speaking, both brushes do an excellent job of picking up dust, and unlike other models we have tested, we found that hair did not tend to get tangled around the brush. Under its hood, the dust compartment benefits from a large capacity of 430 milliliters and is easily accessible. This station takes up little floor space, with its vertical design measuring 58 by 42 by 34 centimeters. It contains two water tanks of 4 liters each, one for clean water and the other for dirty water, as well as a 2.5-liter dust bag that ensures up to 75 days of maintenance. In addition to recharging the robot, the station automatically empties the dust when it is full, automatically refills its water, and performs cold water washing and cold air drying of its mops. The cleaning station gets dirty quickly, but the X20 Plus includes a self-cleaning function to wash it. To know when to replace components, the application indicates their theoretical lifespan. The components of the robot and the station are simple to install and remove, which makes maintenance even easier. On the other hand, the brand does not provide any spare parts or accessories. Only the basic components are found in the packaging. There is also no dedicated space for winding the station's cable. So much for the design of the X20 Plus. Let's now move on to its features, which are very numerous. The robot has two buttons on its chassis, one for starting or stopping the cleaning, and the other for sending it back to its station, or activating the child lock. Unfortunately, there is no localized cleaning function on this model. The Xiaomi Home application is simple and intuitive, which makes the device easy to use. It allows commanding the robot, selecting the standard or customized cleaning mode, the operation mode, vacuuming, vacuuming and mopping, mopping, or vacuuming before mopping, the suction level, silent, standard, strong, or turbo, as well as the water output level for mopping with 3 available levels. You can also schedule a cleanup with 1 or more cycles or define a time slot during which you do not wish to be disturbed. Furthermore, the application provides a cleaning history and offers several parameters relating to dust collection, cleaning, and drying of the mops. As far as mapping is concerned, it is displayed only in 2D, and you can refine it manually by merging or dividing rooms using virtual walls or restricted zones. There are also a few settings concerning obstacle detection, such as collision reduction or high coverage. Yet in the absence of an ultrasonic sensor, the device does not automatically detect carpets. They must therefore be added manually, which is a bit annoying, but it allows benefiting from the power boost and the 7mm lifting of the mops. Throughout the duration of the cleanup, you can follow the robot's movements live on the application, and it indicates in real time the cleaning area in square meters, the cleaning time in minutes, and the battery level. Among the secondary functions, you can activate the child safety lock, manually direct the robot with its digital remote control, or activate the robot via the voice assistants Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant. The robot's volume and language can also be modified with 16 available languages, including French. Let's now move on to the most important part, our performance tests of this robot. To navigate and find its way, the X20 Plus has plenty of sensors, but it abandons artificial intelligence recognition technology in favor of S-Cross technology to better detect its environment in low light. The LiDAR tower allows it to map your rooms. In our opinion, this process is quite fast, and even if there are sometimes a few approximations, the accuracy is overall correct. Although the robot occasionally searches for its way a bit, its navigation is consistent. It starts by doing the edges, then navigates in an S pattern in the center of the surface, and finally grids the room. To test obstacle detection, We placed a series of objects of different sizes on the floor and programmed the robot to collision reduction mode. While it perfectly detected our large objects, such as shoes, a medicine ball, and a small flower pot, it nonetheless failed to avoid small obstacles like a USB cable and backpack straps, and it does not identify the nature of the objects encountered. We also noticed that it bypassed objects with good proximity without hitting them, which is reassuring if you have fragile decoration. It brilliantly crossed the sled legs of our chairs, and we did not observe a single blockage during our tests. Furthermore, even though it approaches very close to the edges of our stairs, it detected the drop-off well. Regarding its performance, this model has a high suction power of 6,000 pascals in ops for a rotating mop system turning at 180 revolutions per minute for its washing, which is quite rare for this price. To test its vacuuming, we scattered a series of grains of various sizes and hair in a bounded area of 1 square meter. We used the maximum suction power and a standard path, and here are our results. On a short pile carpet with 50 grams of rice, only 1 or 2 grains remain. With 25 grams of coffee, only 1 grain remained. With hair, we observed excellent efficiency. We didn't see a single one left. And with 50 grams of salt, quite a lot, still remained deep in the carpet. Next, we followed the same test process on parquet, and here are our results. With 50 grams of rice, just 3 grains remained. With 25 grams of coffee, 1 grain remained lodged in the corner of the surface. With hair, just 2 small hairs remained. And with 50 grams of salt, it vacuumed most of it. Only a few small grains remained on the surface. According to our observations, the X20 Plus therefore offers good vacuuming performance on different surfaces. Only very fine grains seem to challenge it on carpets. But this is the case for almost all models on the market, especially at this price point. To test its mopping, we used the same test zone in which we allowed liquid coffee and then mud tracks to dry. For dried mud tracks, we noticed very good efficiency. For dried liquid coffee as well, good efficiency. We didn't see a single track left. Overall, we can be satisfied with its mopping, but it is true that the first 2 water output levels are not sufficient for a major cleanup. In addition, some areas seem to be forgotten and the use of detergent is prohibited by the brand. The mopping is therefore not revolutionary for dealing with stubborn stains, but several passes allow overcoming them, and one can hardly find better for general maintenance in this price range. Before washing the floors, the robot cleans its mops, and during cleaning, it can return several times to the station to repeat this task. This has the disadvantage of increasing the cleaning duration, but it considerably improves efficiency. As a matter of fact, the robot operates slowly. It took 16 minutes to clean an area of 9 square meter, and if we add its 2 trips to the station to clean its mops, another 12 minutes must be added. And finally, in terms of noise volume, it gets rather poor marks as it is louder than average during use. Here is what our sound level meter indicated at a distance of 1 meter for each mode. In silent, 57 decibels, in standard, 59 decibels, in strong, 63 decibels, and in turbo mode, 70 decibels. Consequently, we advise against running it while you are in the same room. Furthermore, as with the other robot vacuum models we have tested, the automatic dust emptying is very loud at 78 decibels, but the mop cleaning is more moderate at 45 decibels. Finally, let's conclude this test by evaluating the autonomy of this robot. Xiaomi announces a maximum runtime of 2 hours 20 minutes with a covered area of 280 square meters. However, for its 4,800 mAh battery, to keep this promise, you must use low or moderate power. With turbo power, the endurance drops considerably to 1 hour 10 minutes, and given its slowness, it cannot cover large spaces in this case. Fortunately, the robot automatically goes into standby after a 10-minute pause. In addition, when it begins to discharge, it can automatically return to its station and then resume cleaning where it left off once it has recovered all its energy. On the other hand, we criticize its high charging time of 6 hours 30 minutes for a full recharge, and between 4 to 5 hours if the battery is not completely empty. And that's all for our test results. So to summarize, the positive points of the Xiaomi X20 Plus are a simple and intuitive application, a complete station that facilitates maintenance, effective navigation, good obstacle management, impressive vacuuming performance, very decent mopping performance as well for the price, and overall just an excellent quality-price ratio. As for the negative points, the fact that it does not automatically detect carpets, its perfectible runtime and recharge time, the fact that it is quite slow in operation, the fact that it is a little louder than average, and that there are no spare parts provided. Thank you very much for watching our test. As a reminder, you will find the link to this product with its best price just below the video. And if you like honest vacuum cleaner reviews like this one, feel free to subscribe to our channel.